Today we're going to read The Mouse's Christmas. I appreciate you joining us at Book a Day for Little Learners. I hope you smash that like button and enjoy our story. This is The Mouse's Christmas by Kit Skorsh, and the pictures are by Patty Lynn. It was Christmas time, and the snow had already started to fall. Does it snow where you live? Or does the snow not come around very often? Or maybe you have snow on the ground right now. The mouse children were excited. They watched the farmer cut down the big tree and carry it up to the house. See the farmer? He's getting some help, isn't he? It would soon be decorated. Let's see how excited they are. They're pointing and they have smiles on their face. They look like they're eagerly moving towards the farmer and the child. Can we have our own Christmas tree? Asked the children. Mother shook her head. Mice don't have Christmas trees, she said. We're too small. What do you think? Should the mice have their own Christmas tree? Obviously, they wouldn't need one that big, but is there something else they could do to have a Christmas tree? Can you think of anything? What if they take just a few pieces of the coniferous tree, of the pine tree, and maybe make that into a Christmas tree? Outside, it was getting colder. More snow was falling, and the children were feeling gloomy. Do you know what it means to feel gloomy? Sometimes we say the weather is gloomy when the sky is overcast and it's kind of gray, kind of yucky. Doesn't want to make you go out and play like it does when it's sun shining out. So gloomy is a little bit sad, not super happy, not really eager to go and take on the day. Can we please have a Christmas tree? They begged again and again. At last, Mother said, I'll do my best. What do you think about the little mouse house? It's made out of straw, and they have little branches or little sticks to hang their clothes on. And then these would have been thin, thread would have been on those spools. And so now the thread is gone, and so they use the spool as a chair. Mother skipped outside into the snow. Oh, friends, look how cute this is. It's a little snow mouse. She looked everywhere for a Christmas tree that was small enough. She examined twigs, a fallen branch, and a big leaf frozen in ice. None of them really looked like a Christmas tree. The mom is trying to problem solve, isn't she? At last, she chose a branch that had 3 red berries on it and carried it home for her children. Our very own Christmas tree, she said proudly, but it didn't look like a real Christmas tree. There was just nothing very Christmassy about it. The children were still feeling gloomy. What do you think? The mom tried, didn't she? Look at the expressions on their little faces. You could tell they really would like something else. Let's see what else the author comes up with. That night, the farmer took his Christmas tree inside. It was too big. It was so big, he had to cut a piece off to get it in the door. If you get a live tree at Christmas, has that ever happened to you? Most of the time, people cut from the bottom so that the tree still has the nice point to it. A little while later, a fox came by. This is just what I need for my den, he said. The fox picked up the piece of Christmas tree and carried it home. What do you think the fox is going to do? Do you think he's going to decorate a Christmas tree? But when he got home, he found that he didn't need the whole piece. With a snap, he bit off what he needed and left the rest in the snow. What does that look like, friends? Soon after, a rabbit came by. When she saw the piece of Christmas tree, she said, "Oh, this is just what I need for my burrow." So she picked it up and quickly carried it home. A burrow is the name of where an animal stays, a rabbit specifically. But at home, she saw that she didn't need it all. So she broke off a piece and left the rest. See, there's the bunny with her piece. Just then, a bird hopped by. "This is exactly what I need for my nest," she said. So she picked it up and quickly carried it home. Lots of people are getting use, lots of animals are getting use out of this tree, aren't they? But when she got to her nest, she found she didn't need the whole piece. So she broke off what she needed and dropped the rest from her nest. Do you see what she did? So there's the bird. She used what she wanted, and then look what's down there by the snow mouse. Do you think that will work for their tree? Let's find out. Mother was gazing outside when she saw a tiny piece of Christmas tree fall to the ground. Oh, wasn't that lucky, friends? Look at that. "This is exactly what we need," she said. So she carried the tree inside. The children started decorating it at once, and by the time they finished, they had their own perfect little Christmas tree. She put the two clothespins together to make like a star at the top. They decorated it with buttons and what looks like some kind of a chain, and then other pieces I think they found around the farm that looks like a seed and maybe a screw and a nut. Now how do they look? Do they look like they're happy now? They have smiles on their faces. I think this is the kind of tree they wanted, similar to what the farmer had, right? And that night, when Mother took them to see the decorated Christmas tree in the farmhouse, they all agreed that their tiny Christmas tree was just as beautiful as the big one. So did you see the one in the window? Sometimes we get to go look at Christmas tree lights in our neighborhood or driving around, and you get to see how people decorate their house and their trees. I hope you enjoyed the Mouse's Christmas. I hope that you are able to like our video and subscribe to our channel. A new book is uploaded every day that is intended for young learners. In this story, The Mouse's Christmas, we had a cast of characters, including the mom and her 3 mice. So those were the main characters. And then there was also a farmer in the story and his child. And then there were some additional animals that played a part in the story. At the beginning of the story, the mouse and her family wanted to get a Christmas tree. They saw the farmer getting the Christmas tree, and the mice children asked, "Well, why can't we have our own?" And so the mom went looking and foraging, and she found something that didn't really end up being quite the right thing. So then the farmer tried to get the tree into his house, and the tree was too big. And so when the tree was too big, he cut off a piece of the top. And when he cut off a piece of the top, there were other animals that came and found uses for it. So first it was too tall. There was a fox that used it to put some of it in his den. And then there was a rabbit who came and put some of it in her burrow, or his burrow. And then there was a bird who came and put it in their nest. And then after it was used by 3 other animals, part of it dropped and fell. And that became what the mouse family used, and they decorated it, and they were so happy with the outcome, with how the tree looked. I hope you enjoyed our story, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.